Hello YouTube! Today we're unboxing the Unihertz Titan, which I got used, so it came in the original box, but the box is pretty beat up. Some of the specs right off the start: there's 128 gigs of internal storage, a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, and a 4.6-inch screen. Funny enough, the iPhone SE has a 4.7-inch screen. We can go ahead and open this up. There's the little card packet here. Just has a little bit of information on the phone, the warranty guide, and then the user guide. And then here is the phone itself. Underneath this pad, we have the spots where it would have included the charger and the cable, and I'm not sure what the third thing is, but this used one that I bought did not come with any of that. This one is pretty heavily used, so the metal frame and the body are pretty beat up, and it is very substantial in size. You could see here that the 4.6-inch screen, it is a square screen, so it is much wider than the 4.7 on the iPhone SE, but also not as deep down here. And compared to the iPhone 16 Plus, it is as thick as the iPhone with the Defender case on. This one doesn't have the case on right now. If you put the case on, it becomes even thicker, but it's also just a thin, flexible TPU case. It is not quite as tall as the 16 Plus, and it is considerably wider than the 16 Plus, although it's only a little bit wider than the 16 Plus with a case on. One of the great things about this phone is that if it gets dirty, you can just be like, all right, here we go. I need to wash my phone off. Let's get some soap here. Scrub that down a little bit. No big deal. Camera's a little bit dirty. A little dust in the camera there. All right. No issues at all. But look how clean it is now. The screen and the keyboard are both sparkly clean because we really scrubbed it there with that Dawn dish soap and sponge. Well, while we're waiting for that to charge for a second, we can go over the specs on the website. So the Titan, they call it the ultimate rugged QWERTY phone because it has the full keyboard. It is regularly $339, but it's on a Christmas sale right now for $319, so it's just 20 bucks off. I should mention that the idea to make an Android phone look like a Blackberry device with a full keyboard was requested by fans who gathered enough support to fund development and production of this phone through Kickstarter. It was made to be extra durable and has a super long battery life for every adventure you take it on. Fingerprint unlock dead in the center of the phone. Dual SIM card, or you can have one SIM card like no normal person and a micro SD card, so you can have expandable storage. Since it's such a wide phone, it's kind of a reach to get to the fingerprint sensor, but if you think about it, most phones like the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra also has a fingerprint sensor right in the middle of the screen. They just don't have a keyboard down here. There's just more screen down here at the bottom. So it's kind of a weird place to put it, but other phone manufacturers put fingerprint sensors right in the middle too. If it was on the power button, that would probably make sense. The keyboard is backlit. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but let me push a button here. Keyboard backlight off, keyboard backlight on, keyboard backlight off, keyboard backlight on. You get the point. It's actually quite the pleasure to type on a physical keyboard. The buttons are easy to press and very tactile. The shift button will get you capital letters, and the alt button will get you the symbols next to the capital letters. The fingerprint sensor acts as the home button, so it'll take you back to the home screen. This button here is your recents, and this is your back button. This programmable red button has 3 separate features, so unlike the Apple Action button, you can actually assign 3 actions to it. What I set it to do is pressing it once will pull down the menu from the top. This way I don't have to reach all the way up here, so if I'm holding it like this, I don't have to shift my hand position to grab it. And if I'm holding it one-handed like this, I don't have to slide the phone down my hand to get to this, open a message, and then slide back to get down to here. So I can just press the action button once to pull down the menu from the top of the screen. Double tap takes a screenshot, and press and hold opens the flashlight, but it's in low power mode because I forgot to charge it. So the flashlight is not going to turn on from press and hold. When you open settings, 4 from the top is intelligent assistance. This phone came out 6 years ago in 2018, and they were already thinking about intelligent assistance. Now every phone has that. It's just called artificial intelligence. But there's a bunch of things you can do here. You can swap the Alt and Shift keys. So if you're used to pressing on this side to make the letters capital and on this side to get the special characters, you can switch that from there. You can make the ringtone volume increase gradually as you're getting calls, so it gets louder and louder. You can make keyboard shortcuts, so buttons down here will have special features. You can program this LED up here, so you can let it know when it's charging, when the battery is low, when you get missed notifications. You can change the color, so incoming calls are blue, and on standby, it can have it be red, green, blue, or none. There's the programmable key. You can use it with a push-to-talk app as a walkie-talkie, and you can have a short press assigned, a long press assigned, or a double press assigned. And you can have it even launch apps, so your short press, long press, or double press can launch any of your favorite apps. And lastly, they have mini mode. So mini mode is activated by swiping with 3 fingers from any screen. So if I go like this, it'll activate mini mode. And what that does is it puts the screen in a 16:9 ratio, so a ratio more like the iPhone SE. That way, apps that aren't made to work well in a square screen will work on the mini mode. And you can do that from any screen. So if I go to the home screen here, and I can, whoop, now I have a narrow home screen. Back to regular. Last cool thing I wanted to go over with this is the toolbox. There are a bunch of just useful features in here. You have different tests, you have compass, bubble level, pixel hanging light. There's a heart rate sensor. You put your finger over the camera, it turns on the flash, and it checks your heart rate. Pedometer, magnifying glass, measures height, alarms, all this other cool stuff. But the most important one here is the underwater camera. It says, in underwater camera mode, screen touches and buttons except volume, power, enter, and shortcut will be disabled. Please press the power button to exit. Click the volume button to switch on the mode. To switch the mode, click the shortcut button to record or take photos, and long press the shortcut button to switch the camera. Now, sometimes your phone screen will get wet, and all of a sudden you have this thing where it's like it's selecting stuff and doing things on the screen, and you're like, oh snap, what's going on? Why is it pushing buttons randomly? So when you're underwater taking photos and videos with this thing, because you can do that because it's waterproof, you don't want it taking random photos at random times. You want it to take it when you want to. So you can launch the camera. All right, you're there taking your underwater photos. You push the volume button. So now I'm in video mode. Now I'm in time-lapse mode. Go back the other direction. Normal mode. Pro mode. Now you have all sorts of features, but we're just going back to normal. So you just push the button here at the bottom. Boom. Go to video mode. Now we're starting a video. Cool stuff. Look at all this underwater stuff I have on my desk. I don't have underwater stuff on my desk. Stop that video. And then push the power button to exit. So the touchscreen doesn't work while using the underwater camera. That's pretty much all I've got to say about this thing. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun to type on, but it's very niche. That is all I have for this video. Have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time it is.